President Donald Trump told Fox and Friends co-host Brian Kilmeade in a Sunday evening special that his message to black Americans demanding the removal of monuments honoring slave owners is this: you have to learn about your history. If you don't understand your history, Trump added, you will go back to it again. The president made the remarks during a discussion about growing calls to take down statues commemorating Confederate heroes and other prominent Americans who owned slaves. Kilmeade pointed to brilliant leaders such as former President Thomas Jefferson and James Madison, who were problematic because they owned slaves. So how do we grow as a country and yet not forget our past? He asked. You have you have to understand history and you have to understand the culture, Trump responded. The president said it would be foolish to remove statues of George Washington because half of our country is named after Washington. We have to remember the heritage and culture of our country, he continued. Trump added that a lot of these people don't even know what they are taking down. I see what's happening on television and they are ripping down things, he said. They have no idea what they are ripping down, but they started off with the Confederates and now go to Ulysses Grant. So what is that all about? The president threatened last week to sign an executive order punishing anarchists who destroy statues with jail term, which called for 10-year sentences for anyone convicted of the crime. Kilmeade then asked Trump what his message was for black Americans, specifically whose ancestors were enslaved. Said, since you have done a lot for the African American community, what is your message to them when their ancestors were enslaved because of past leaders honored on monuments today? The Fox News host asked the president. Trump replied that black Americans need to learn about the country's history. Let's go back to it. His comment suggested that slavery could reoccur if monuments to slave owners were removed. Saying my message is what we have. My message is that we have a great country. We have the greatest country on earth. We have a heritage. We have a history and we should learn from the history. And if you don't understand your history, you will go back to it again. You will go right back to it. You have to learn. Think of it. You take away that old era and you are going to go back to it sometime. People won't know about it. They are going to forget about it. It's okay. Now, what I do like, I like the idea of building new status to people, to great people, people that have done something, and I think that is okay. The president went on to moon over the artistic beauty of some of the disputed statues, a great many of which feature a prominent uniformed Confederate war figure bearing a sword astride a horse. But you don't want to take away our heritage and history and the beauty. In many cases, the beauty, the artistic beauty, some of the sculptures and some of this work is some of great. You can go to France, you can go anywhere in the world and you will never see more magnificent work. And that's a factor. It's not the biggest factor, but it's a factor. During an appearance last week on Fox News, Sean Hannity asked Trump what his priorities would be if he were re-elected to a second term. The president did not name one. Instead, he spoke briefly about the handful of visits he made to Washington earlier in his life before pivoting to blast his former National Security Advisor John Bolton, whose new White House memo documents the president's pathological propensity to commit impeachable offenses as an idiot. Now, I know everybody and I have great people in the administration, Trump said. You make some mistakes like an idiot like Bolton. all he wanted to do is drop bombs on everybody. You don't have to drop bombs on everybody. You don't have to kill people. Well, I think that is their own policies, but as a blacks, in one way or the other, it really concerns the blacks, whether you are in America or you are in Africa. I don't know. I wouldn't want to even say much about the whole thing, because some people have the opinion that, oh, even the black Americans, oh, they are just taking the whole thing too far. And some people are like, oh, maybe you don't understand what they went through, or because all this kind of a thing, their reactions now is not it's not just starting now, it has been in place. Maybe they now believe that, the more they talk, the more they cry out, maybe that is when they will hear them. A lot of people have been saying some things back and forth, blaming the Americans that this and that, you don't have to go through that route and whatever. Oh, is it because of what just happened? And some are like, oh, things have been happening, but they've not been heard. They have been saying things over and over again, over and over again. And I believe it is the accumulated anger that really brought this issue of a joy flood that is now making around the whole world, and it has escalated to this issue of a removing monuments. I think that is what most of all these colonial masters, that is what they are now going through now, because it's like almost all the blacks in all the continents, they will just like, oh, all these monuments, the more we see them, the more they keep reminding us of what we went through and all of that. They just want to make a statement, and more so, and that is why Trump is saying that. And I can't really understand the statement fully, because these people, they talk softly, and they know what they really mean. That if you don't know your history, you might go back to it again, go back to it in the sense that, what, I don't really want to dabble into that, because he was talking about how would they know, that is their culture, that is what they have fought for, that is what they have done, this and this and that. And just believe that everybody must come on a round table and discuss this thing extensively, so that this kind of a thing there will be balance. Of course, those people who are saying they should remove the monument, they could be right in their own way. And if the government is saying, no, you cannot remove the monuments because it is part of our history, they still have their own, they are making sense, they have points in saying that. But how do everybody comes to equilibrium to be able to add, okay, this is it, everybody must look at everything holistically, so that everybody will be okay, this side will be okay, the other side will be okay, so that things will now, there will not be peace. But if any of the party is trying to like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and you don't want to listen to other people, definitely that is where the problem will continue to escalate. That's just what I just have to say in all of these things, because from what he's saying, that if you don't understand your history, you will go back to it again. That is, it means a lot of things. Anybody can give, or people can give different interpretations to that statement, which I wouldn't want to. But if you understand the statement, you can let us know from the comment section. But before that, let's hear what people are saying concerning this thing. Okay, or concerning that statement. Someone said, but Trump's message is right. That is the problem of Nigeria today. In Nigeria, we are forgetting what led to the civil war in Nigeria, because the young people of today were not taught history in our classrooms. Those statues do not just eulogizes these people for crime against humanity, but remind us today that they perpetuated these crimes, and serves as a moral lesson to us today. Okay, that's the way somebody is saying it here. Someone say, that is it. Let them leave Trump alone. Is God sent to give the voiceless hope today, especially in the black Christian countries? Someone say, it is taught in school. There, they know all about it. These statues honor people who participated in slavery, oppression, and segregation. It is monument celebrating what happened. Another says here that the black Americans are just taking this whole thing so far to discredit Trump's government. And this one is now saying, you think so? Probably because you don't live there to witness how police treat blacks. Upon the brutalities here in our own country, Nigeria, you had never for once initiated protests to know how patriotic you are. Along with the left and Democrats, they stage it up and Americans seem to have taken it hook and sinker. Trump is correct. Distorting history is even more dangerous. We tried this in Nigeria and we all can see it is foolishness to hide the Biafran war, dishonor the war victims, and okay, uh dishonor the war victims and distort history on how we came together as a country. The African American must understand their history so that they will sit up and take precautions never to slip back to slavery. Even now, most of them are so carried away with their Americanis that they forgot they are descendants of slaves, and it is bad for them. So let the monument stand and let the blacks learn and improve. Monument doesn't stop anyone from going to school or improving on your skills. Monuments are simply history. Okay, someone say thank you for saying that. They are not forgetting, they are taught and reminded every day. Destroying this status is their way of fighting against it. I don't know why people are afraid of truth. Trump is not a politician that lies here and there. He will tell you the truth. Take it or leave it. He's a good man. Okay? Now someone say, yes, you are correct. He's a good man. Trump has brought Americans back to where she belongs in the world as the most powerful in all ramifications of life. Democrat is the problem. But Trump's grandparents are fresh immigrants from Germany just chasing railroad construction work to set up eateries. Okay, that means also Trump will also go back to the history that brought him to America from Germany. Simple and clear. No stone will be left unturned, Mr. Trump. So, guys, let us hear your opinion. A lot of people have a diverse opinions concerning this whole thing. What do you think of that statement? Do you think it's right or not? Let's know in the comment section. Thank you.